The history of hardcore. You know, it's all about the history. History of hardcore podcast. The history of hardcore podcast. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the History of Hardcore podcast, part 5. Today we are very humbled to have in a top old school MC from Birmingham, the man like the rolling Ranski. Welcome to the studio, bro.
Alex,
How you doing, mate? You alright?
How you doing? Yeah, man, I'm good, bro.
Good.
Yeah.
What's going down? What's happening? How's life?
Life's good. Life's good.
Good,
yeah,
good.
Very good.
You seem very positive on your social media all the time. You've always got a very upbeat outlook on life. You're always looking on the upside of things, putting positivity on people rather than negatives and bringing people down. You seem to be all about being more uplifting and
Oh wow.
Giving.
Yeah. But you know what it is, Alex? It's like we've been going through like all the stuff with COVID and everything, and then do you know what I mean? All these bad energies and so much negativity going on around us. Do you know what I mean? I have to maintain a positive. Yeah, for myself and everybody around me. If there's any negativity around me, I can't deal with it.
I'm the same, mate. I'm the same.
So I don't try to surround myself with any kind of negative force or trainer force, because we touch on mental health as well.
Mm-hmm.
It has a deep impact on mental health.
Mental health at the minute, I mean, people use the word mental health sometimes where it shouldn't be used. We all have periods of our life where things don't go right or tits up. Sometimes we make our own bed and we have to lie in it rather than making it other people's problems. So I think social media can be a bad thing for people with mental health, but it can also be a positive thing. If, like yourself, you're shedding positive light on things and being a positive influence on people, there are other people that are doing the complete opposite. Which makes it very difficult. But like I say, to see somebody doing it on a spectrum that an outlook, there's nothing in it for you, and all you're trying to do is put a bit of light on people's lives. It's nice to see. It's good. I respect that.
And like I said, everybody's been going through a lot of negative times, and there is a lot of negativity on social media. There's a lot of toxic traits. Because we come a generation where everybody's about their ego and trying to impress and having this virtual social media, whatever you say.
An unreal. And it's almost like an avatar with some people. There's them, and then there's what you see.
So that's me. I try to be the realest person I can be. It's not about an ego for me. I just generally like people. I just generally care about people. Because that's what I do. I used to work with kids and stuff like that, and that kind of thing. Like I work with kids and I just care about people. I care about what's going on in my environment, in my community, in my society. And as a bunch of people where people are struggling out there and they're more or less fortunate than you. You don't have to sort of like coping skills. What we do.
Be a pillar. Be a pillar.
Exactly. And if I've got a platform to speak and people listen. Use it. There's no point wasting a platform like that. You can put something out on a positive message. It's perfect. So, you're from Birmingham.
You all know you're from Birmingham.
2-1,
What part of Birmingham?
But originally, I'm from Ladywood.
Ladywood,
Okay. Ladywood, he was good growing up there, in recent times.
Football fan,
Birmingham.
I know the answers to these anyway.
Come on, mate.
I'm out of here, man. I'm off down to Villa Park. And then the rampant lines of Villa as well, just out there you can see. England and Villa, be prepared. There's always been a bit of banter between like me, you, Lenny, and and a few of the other lads, Birmingham
Glenn
lads.
Aston as well.
Glenn's another Villa boy.
It's
all friendly, it's all friendly banter, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Between us, so.
Of course it is, but from Birmingham, originally.
Derby days are always fun, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. We used to go down there like years ago, like before all this racing and everything like that. But
so you're friends with Barrington?
Barrington. Barrington passed at the moment.
Okay, rest in peace, Barrington.
Rest in peace, Barrington. Man.
Tell me a little bit about your start in life, growing up. What was your school life like? What was your family life like? Do you have brothers and sisters?
Of course. Yeah.
Got a great question for you after this.
Okay, then, so family life. Grew up in Ladywood. You know, Ladywood was a fantastic area, fantastic. It was a beautiful place to go. It was like community, you know, old school. Changed, there weren't none of this, like, you know, you can't go into different areas, people used to go from different communities.
No postcodes.
No. It was good. So we used to go down to a place called Leebank, we used to go Highgate, we used to go all over the place. On the number 8 bus, you used to be able to travel all the way through the inner circle, so there was none of this, like, oh, you can't go into this postcode, you can't go into this area. And we all used to go to this place in Leebank called Leicester's, and this was like me being like 11, 12, 13. And used to play all this like old school music, man, do you know what I mean? And it was like some jazz funk babes who all used to dance and stuff like that. So that's where all sort of like
your music influence,
my music influence and then my passion started.
What sort of year was that? Sorry, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm the gracious age of, believe it or not, because the cocoa bottle works, 50 years old.
50. Don't look 50, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 50 years old.
You're not booking your 20 odd years.
Exactly.
You ain't changed
about 24 years.
You ain't changed.
24, man.
You ain't changed much, mate.
I just try and keep myself. I'm trying to keep myself fit and healthy, but
yeah. So much working, mate. So oil that. That's what it is, mate. You know what I mean?
But yeah, saying that's where my musical influences started, and you know, throughout Ladywood. I mean, Ladywood now is a totally different area. It had these problems in the 90s and stuff, a lot of gun crime, people getting shot. You know, it was voted one of the most impoverished areas in the country. Yeah. So that was my humble beginnings, you know, and I've seen it happen where friends have been to that gangster warfare.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends.
And you managed to avoid that.
Yeah,
mostly.
they're in prison. Yeah, I mean, they're in prison, or they're not here.
Or they're not here anymore.
You know what I mean? God rest their souls. You know what I mean? But that's a life what they chose, and while a lot of them were doing that when I was growing up, I was like 13, 14, and you know, my brother bought a Todd Terry record, you know.
Yeah.
I listened to that Todd Terry record, and everybody was listening to. Everybody was listening to sort of like hip hop and reggae and stuff like that, and I heard this sound, and I was like, oh, I want to hear a little bit more about that.
Or what labels coming in from the States.
Yeah. So my musical influences go from a lot of jazz funk, you know, reggae, hip hop. Do you know what I mean? Northern soul,
stuff as well.
Everything.
Do you do the Birmingham Blues?
Used to go to
Lime Grove?
them. We used to go to all of them. St. Peter's Road,
You know?
Nineveh
a
Road,
few of them.
all of them.
It's not that big. We used to go with my sister.
And this is what I'm saying. So there's so many musical influences growing up, you know. And then when we was growing up, I was sort of like in a gang as well, you know. Used to go uptown every weekend, you know, just cause mayhem, cause trouble. But then, you know, you get to a stage, you know, I went to prison when I was 15.
Been there?
Yeah. For a fight, you know, she talked about me growing up now, for a school fight. Yeah. For a school fight against a school called Harbour Hill. You know, I didn't actually do nothing. And I will say to this day, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
I was riding my bike home, 2 schools had a confrontation. A guy was there, got kicked in his face. With a guy with still talk on. They tried to say I smashed my bike over the geezer. The geezer was in intensive care. So out of 4 people who were up, I don't play the race car, but I was the only black guy. I was the only black guy, and I was the only one to get 10 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you do that?
Hampsfield House, Kidlington. Like a YY man, like proper like regimental bed packs, polishing your shoes and stuff like that. And then when I went there was a lot of Welsh people in there, so this was like proper like, because I've grown up like in Ladywood, this is probably one of my first experiences of real racism. You know, I was in the jail, there's a lot of Welsh people in there, so the first day I'm in there, they put you on sort of like a fucking suicide song. Just a mattress and a piss pot, that's it. So, a lot of Welsh geezers still like, black bastard, giving out the monkey size. So bear in mind this, fucking...
How many years ago?
35 years ago.
Yeah, man, times have changed.
You see, times have changed.
Fucking hell,
times have changed. So 35 years ago, so they threw piss under my door. Obviously, to salt the mattress, so I couldn't sleep. Do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, fucking hell. First time away from home ever. You know?
Going in jail's not... I've been there myself. Yeah. It's not a nice experience,
no,
and
not,
to experience that.
You know what I mean? And then don't forget, you know what I mean, I've been kicked out of school. On top of that, I've been kicked out of school, I've been sentenced 15, I'm away from my parents for the first time and whatever. You know, I fucking shit myself. Got all the geese at the door, so I thought, fucking hell, what can I do? And it was my first experience of racism, and the only fucking thing I could do.
How did you deal with it?
The first, when I come out of town, the next day, you had to go to sort of like the medical orderly. You know, you go to the medical orderly, they give you a medical check and that. And I seen one of the main instigators who was there, so I just jumped over the server and just bashed him. Yeah.
It's the only way to deal with it, really, isn't it?
Otherwise, it's going to keep. It kept coming.
After that was.
Yeah, it was there, but then some people started having a little bit of respect and thought, like, oh, you know what? Because they work in packs, don't they? These kind of bullies and that, they work in packs. Yeah. You know?
Well, that's just the way it goes.
This is going back to the point where you're talking about the energy and stuff like that. You know, bullies work in packs, and that's what they do online. Yeah. So when you start trying to feed negativity, even though I've had positive, negative experiences.
I like the correlation between those.
I like
the both. Perspective from one onto the other.
Perspective from one onto the other, you know. And so there were times when I was growing up and stuff like that, and then we talked about football, when I used to go down to the football. Yeah. And we used to hang around with people in town and stuff like that, and we used to go to like these little raves after. You know,
you got picking on the Villa fans, did you?
Nah. I've got some good friends who have Villa fans. So, I mean, but it was like that. It was like week in, week out. You know, just fucking football hooliganism, violence, and stuff like that, and then this beautiful music came about.
It changed things for a lot of people, I think, in that aspect, doesn't it?
Do you know what I mean? I think my first event was Snapper Club.
No.
I was going to Winton Green Community and all them kind of little events. But my first proper
there's quite a lot of small things popping up then.
Yeah. My first proper rave event was at Snapper Club at Hummingbird. I think it was
Hummingbird.
14. You know, when they used to give you this little card with a little red snapper on as a member. And stuff. And there was like Villa Blues coming down there and kicking off every week, and you know. My first
Hummingbird had a reputation full stop, didn't it?
Yeah, I can remember going in there and somebody gave me a bottle of poppers. I'm new to the rave and I'm drinking this poppers. You don't drink it.
How did that work out for you, mate?
You don't
headache for a month.
I'm 14 years old. I was my first rave, and then
went
there, and you know, from the correlation of when I was growing up, you know, when it was like in my own, because Ladywood was predominantly a black area.
Yeah.
You know, you were hearing things like, oh, don't trust the white man's the devil, all of these kind of things, you know. So there's inverted racism within my community, which, you know, today, do you
racism goes
works both ways.
I've been called things by, I've been called things in the past, but you know,
it works both ways.
Yeah, and it does. Once we just say it does, even for me, it's been minimal. But I've had a couple of times where I've been called a honky or whatever,
but then,
and it's like, hold on a minute, you know, then it makes you think. It makes me understand from somebody else's perspective, do you know what I mean?
But by the correlation of the two there, because I've grown up around that, and it was like, oh, do you know what I mean? My mum used to be a nurse, and she used to work like with different kind of people all over the country, you know what I mean? And she always said to me, it doesn't matter about colour, it doesn't matter about where you're from. And that's always stuck with me, do you see what I'm saying? So
who people are individually.
Yeah, so when you get the correlation of, okay, then I'm being abused when I've gone into prison and stuff, and you get the correlation of what I've grown up with, I can see the both sides of where it's coming from.
Yeah.
So you start to
put perspective on things.
Put perspective and understand things. So, you know, racism, it was an issue. It was an issue. But then you've got a lot of people who fall back on that and say like, okay, then I'm not going to trust anybody outside this circle and stuff like that, which is, in a lot of communities now, this is what you get. Yeah. But you're not going to trust anybody outside your community, but then it's the people in your own community who are still doing you the harm, because you've got a war against each other.
How do you feel things are these days with racism?
Like, racism's always going to be there. It's always going to be there, no matter how many protests you do.
Would you say you experience it on a daily basis?
I don't experience no racism.
I mean, so the area here, you know, it's so mixed culture. You know, we've got a mosque over the road, we've got Romanian shops, we've got African shops, you know, there's Asian shops, and I don't think people around here, we don't really see colour. Well, we all get on, and it's a community.
You see what you're saying there? It's when you're talking about you don't see colour. Do you know what I mean? And that's the difference, because people like me and you don't see colour. there's still a lot of people there who are still seeing colour, and you're the ones who are calling out racism all the time because you're seeing the colour. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, totally.
Because if you're not looking for anything like that, and you're not perceiving because somebody's got some stupid ideological perspective because of their upbringing and the way that they were brought up.
Some people just don't right head as well.
Some people just don't understand it. But I tell you, here's the thing as well, coming on to this. Yeah. So that's growing up, but I'm going to tell you something later, and we'll come back to this about the racism.
Don't forget, because I say this all the time, and I forget to go back to it. Don't forget.
Just remind me about university dissertation. We'll come back to this whole racism. But yeah, that was sort of like racism growing up. And then all my friends was like sort of like selling weed, and they were doing this, and it's like, it's not for me, because they used to smoke weed. I never used to smoke weed. Didn't want to touch any drugs.
Smoke weed now?
Not again.
Or is that song smoke some?
Probably about 10 minutes. But yeah, all my friends were selling weed, you know, they were going to the blueses and everything like that, and I was getting in trouble, man, you know, could see black police coming every fucking minute, you know, driving around, fucking cars, you know.
Decided that wasn't the thing for you.
Going to Nottingham, staying at Nottingham for 3 months at the end, just fucking bandooling, just reckless.
Doing whatever.
Yeah, so I had all of that.
We were young and able to do that.
Yeah, we were young and able to do that, but you know, the times changed, didn't they? And you know, I grew up pretty quick, because I think after that first sentence,
you had to.
Yeah, I had to, man. I come out, my brother was very, very ill.
Does wake you up, doesn't it? Either wakes you up, or for some people it puts you in a place that they're comfortable and they don't ever really want to, never was going to go back in and out. But I think for a lot of people, once you go in once, you know, it's clear to you that you don't want to do that again.
Yeah, but he was my brother was really, really ill. He had tuberculosis, he had TB meningitis, which he contracted when he was about 11 years old. So he was really ill and he died. He's in a wheelchair now, so he's got debilitating disease and everything like that. So in that period of time when I was going through the transition and coming out of jail.
Brothers and sisters, quickly.
Yeah.
I know you're with the brother Gav.
Yeah, you know Gav.
I know Gav.
Yeah. So, oh God, 3 sisters.
Older,
4 brothers.
Who's the youngest? Huh? Oldest?
Who's the oldest? Tracy's the oldest.
She's how old?
Tracy's 53.
Next.
There's Gary.
Then
there's me.
You.
Then there's Leanne.
Right.
Then there's Gav. Then there's Rod.
Right, okay, let's go back to where we were before that.
Then there's Gav, then there's Rod, and then I've got 3 younger. Do you know what I mean?
And
so,
you're now a granddad, you've joined the club as well.
Granddad. Yeah, but
my guy?
Yeah, sort of talking about it, going back and reflecting on all the races and stuff, yeah. It's there, do you know what I mean? But I don't recognise that. I don't recognise that because, do you know what I mean? If I've experienced it, yeah, I've experienced it, and I know these people just have their ideologies, and this is what I was trying to say to you earlier on, my whole university dissertation. I done a dissertation because I could, do you know what I mean? I went down to sort of like EDR marches and spoke with EDR members and stuff like that. And they were trying to say to me, what are you doing down here? I said, listen, I'm just trying to fucking get perspective. So my whole dissertation, you know, you had this Jerry McCart era, where you had all these white people being ridiculed on TV and told they're the chav generation, no teeth, fatherless, all that whole Jerry McCart stuff. So my dissertation was around our moral white underclass young males and white moral underclass families being targeted as the new black folk devils. And black folk devils is something what they used to call the immigrants in 70s, 50s coming over. And we're talking about black people, fatherless homes, you know, always run off, always cheating, always stealing, rapists, all
stereotypical pigeonholed images.
Yeah, so my whole dissertation was the reverse of that, of the new white generation of moral income, you know, families, lower income families. Are they becoming the new folk devils of the 70s because they were targeted and a generation of people that are targeted, and my whole research was on about the resources what these areas get.
Yeah.
You know, because if you've got these black communities and they've got problems, Like we have knife crime, gun crime. Yeah. Me working within that system knows that a lot of the funding will go into these areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the police need to be shown to be doing something. The government needs to be shown to do something. So they build all these little sub-houses and centres to try and combat knife crime. But they don't really work, man, because when you're deep in it, you're deep in it.
Yeah, you're not coming out.
You're deep in
you're
it.
embroiled.
You know, no matter, you know what I mean, you will reach a few. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I always foster
We've also got the problem now of county lines, haven't we? Do you know what I mean? So that inner city crime is being shifted out into smaller towns. It's being shuttled out there, and they're being used as satellites. So
but that's what I used to do for a job, and this is what I say in the caring professions. I used to go into schools and talk to people, county lines, you know, trafficking.
People don't understand how serious it is and what's going on with it. A good friend of mine, local friend, his son got caught, been caught up in it, and he's 17, just turned 18, and he's in jail.
Yeah, but you see, there was nothing like.
But you can't walk away from it now.
Yeah, it wasn't like that when we were growing up.
You had the choice to walk away from it.
You just do your thing, innit? And you'd like go away and you'd like meet up next week. Yeah, we'll meet next week. It wasn't like you were tied to anything, you know. You used to be just hang around, go dance, have some fun, you know. But like that's like growing up now. And them phases of my growing up when we're talking about racism now, does racism exist? Of course it exists. Do you know what I mean? And it's going to exist.
It always will.
It always will. So why am I going to keep on
as long as the word's there, it's going to exist.
Why am I going to keep on making noise about something that, do you know what I mean? Nobody's going to ever have any control of. Because the fact is, nobody will ever have control of it.
I think with 95% of people anyway in this day and age, like I say, it's.
But yeah, and going back to where we're talking about growing up, and then what I felt about all this racism thing and stuff. If I would have listened to that and said, okay, then all white people are the devil, and listen to them kind of things, what I hear.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I would have never ever stepped into a rave in my life.
Yeah.
Do you know, because I would have been.
Yeah. Straight in the devil's pit.
Yeah. I stepped in and I made some fantastic friends. You know what I mean? Fantastic friends.
So, you know? Your first club, run that by us again, was?
I used to go to Winton Green and all these little things. Yeah, but like the main thing was the Hummingbird.
So when it comes to becoming a microphone don, when did you first pick up a mic? Was it to dance music or was it?
Yeah, it was to
Or was it to sound?
Like reggae sets and stuff like that.
On sound.
Yeah, I used to have a friend called Jax who used to be in a gang called J2F. Yeah. And we used to go to his garage.
Just too fresh.
Yeah, me and my friend. Yeah, just too fresh.
No, serious.
Bro. Just too fresh. Yeah, go on, bro. You know. Yeah, just to be with Jackson that in his brother book. It's me, Fake, Cure. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just doing my Jake Paul thing here, look, you know.
Yeah, we can do that,
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Hustling
yeah.
Hustling Labs. Yeah.
Remember that?
No, I don't. I just, when you said J2F, it just, that was what sprung to my mind.
Yeah, that was actually it. So, we used to do that, and I used to go down into his basement and just like chat, and then you'd go to around all the sounds, Love Injection and stuff like that.
Yeah, Love Injection, I've seen it a few times.
We used to just watch all the sounds and go to all the blueses and stuff like that. So, then when my first like experience, and my family were quite.
What made you want
to family?
What made you want to MC? What made you want to?
I don't know, man. I used to.
When you heard other MCs and you thought,
I used to watch Top of the Pops as a kid, and
we all did, didn't we?
Just get the airbrush out and really.
I used to try and miss the Jimmy Savile one.
You know, come out the bath with the airbrush and that. Not that I have much hair.
Ain't got any now.
Yeah, but like, my mum used to like encourage us to have like fun and dance and you know all that kind of stuff there. So yeah, I was always like a performer as a kid. You know, always wanted the band side, trying to make everybody have a laugh, you know. A little show off and stuff like that. So
yeah, sort of a bit like me as well.
Yeah, but yeah, so saying my main first experience going into a big club was like that, and then we started going down to what's the place in Manchester? Hacienda. Okay. Yeah, Bar St Martin. This is when I was just after I come out of prison. Bar St Martin used to get a coach down there.
Was that about 90?
Right,
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
So I would have been about 16, 17, yeah. 16, 17.
My maths is terrible.
About 19.
Just to say
I know, so you know what I mean? Yeah, we used to go to Hacienda, man. Do you know, a couple from the Church of Redeemer, like when I said we used to go on the number 8 bus and stuff like that. Brian McLaren, Kurt, loads of people. Do you know, just jumping on this bus to Hacienda, 17. It'll take you there from Bar St. Martin, take you to Hacienda, and then Hacienda was just like, next level, man.
Never made it.
3 levels.
Never made it.
3 levels of just dance music, man. You know?
That became a crazy place in the end, didn't it? I reckon there was more shotguns in there on one
night. Mate, it was the place to be, and I'm so glad that I managed to like grace.
Yeah.
You know, in my youth. Then, well, after I was going that, I started going to bass, wobble.
Yeah, bass.
Do you know what I mean? And my influence, I started listening to all this dance music, and I started listening to
Coast to Coast as well. Was that
yeah, well. This is where we're going to come to.
Yeah.
The start of it.
Okay, alright.
So, I was listening to sort of like Ratty and Robbie D, like Matt P.
So we were talking about this before.
Top was sets. Like, all them back in the day, me and my friend Image used to like have tapes and tapes and tapes and tapes of Top was. And just listen to Top was. Yeah.
Pat's always been a microphone champion.
He's a king, man. But
sounds even better today.
Back in the day, yeah, it was just like elevated, just different.
Different,
level,
yeah.
Whole different level.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Unique.
God rest, you know what I mean, Jason P. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Respect, man. Love Jason as well. Do you know what I mean?
Everyone love Jace.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
It's so sorry that he passed that way. You know what I mean? But getting on the subject.
This is life, mate.
Yeah, getting on the subject of Top was and music. Well, Matt P, Robbie D, I used to listen to, and they were like inspiration for me. I never even knew, how am I going to get into this game, man? I listened to it, and I wanted to be in that game. And then I used to like sit down like, in my house and listen to them on the tapes. These are superstars, like Ratty.
Yeah.
They were superstars to me, they were my heroes, you know? And then getting on the subject to that, we started going on to, I started going to Coast to Coast.
Okay.
A lot. You know, I knew a few people there because a few people used to live in my block, some of the blue heads and stuff like that. And I went there. I used to go there and all these geezers, designer clothes, you know, Stan, Kipper,
old school bling.
All the Zulus, all the heads. Do you know what I mean? They're there. You know what I mean? They're there doing their thing. You know what I mean? So I was doing my thing and I was there and I thought, it's like, fucking man, innit? So I thought, fucking hell, I need to earn some money, so I fucking stripped a dodgy trip. This was before the MC, so I started sending trips and then, dodgy, and they come to me, you fucking sending dodgy trips right there, you can't
remember you bobbling through the queue back in the day, Aston Villa,
they said to me, you can't do that down there, and I can remember saying to them all, well, I just want some of you like, and they must have thought, you cheeky little bastard. But respected it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because, yeah, man, they're good. And I used to look up to them people, you know. Yeah, there's a few heads there that I used to look up to. I'm down now. We're recording.
We are now, yeah. We are now. Yeah. Right, okay, so we're going to what we were just talking about.
We was on Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny.
No, we was on Coast to Coast.
Uncle Lenny.
Right. Lenny. Uncle Lenny. If it weren't for Lenny, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be in this game. Man put his arm around me and brought me along there, but it's mad, the meeting, what we had, because I used to go to Coast after all what we were talking about earlier, watching all them guys from my area just go and, you know, and this is where we got to go back and we could have said that, I mean, I would have never ever stepped into a club if I seen any of that colour or anything like that. So I went, I looked.
Open-minded,
I went there fully open-minded and I had the best time of my life, man. Best time of my life, and we used to go every week.
If it's for you when you walk into a rave, you know it straight away.
I used to go out a pontoon and test the lie of the land, like just like, you know, and just have a little look. And we had like a little crew with us. We used to go, me and my girlfriend at the time, Sasha. Hi, Sasha. So I mean, she's out there watching.
Yes, Sasha.
I was 17 years old then.
Still friends with her?
Yeah, still friends.
Yeah, wicked.
Still friends.
And there's very few people that I went to school with that I'm in touch
still
with.
Friends,
there's probably maybe 5 or 6 that, but one I stay in touch with regularly.
She's
that's
like family because, like, remember I said about my brother being in the wheelchair and that, you know.
How is he now, by the way?
Yeah,
we never
he's still
finished
in
that.
his wheelchair and everything like that, but you know, he's managed, and I mean, he's one of my idols that I take my hat off to. He's never ever asked the government for nothing. I mean, had nothing, just done it all by himself. You know, didn't want no car, don't want this, don't want that, and he's just mustard. He's one of the geezers who I look up to the most, man. He's such a nice,
fair play to
such a nice guy. But
to come from adversity like that, and you just have that frame of mind where you're like, you don't want to take, you just want to do.
Talking about family and friends.
Is that kind of where some of your positivity comes from? Is through what he's generated?
For what he's generated, for what he's generated, man. Because if he can be that positive and be in that situation,
then you definitely
what
can.
am I moaning about?
Yeah.
As long as I've got food and shelter and that, I'm a happy bunny, man.
We have to sometimes sit back and look and realise what we have got around us, rather than people thinking about what they haven't got around them.
Yeah, but when we're talking about friends and family and stuff, and you look about your support network and stuff like that, you go back to Sasha as well. Sasha, do you know what I mean? Even though we split like 25, 30 odd years ago, she's always made contact with my brother and looked after my brother and took him to hospital appointments, and they still maintain contact now. So she's family now, rooted family. So you look at your support networks and people who you've grown up with, and people who are still there in some capacity, you know. You know what I mean? I've been there for her support. She lost her partner a couple of months, well, about 2-3 years ago. She lost her partner to a heart attack and stuff like that. So you know what I mean? You talk about people you grew up with and your history and your past, and these are still people who I don't speak to on a regular basis, but I know. You know, and she still goes and talks. So she talks to my brother all the time. You know,
that's good.
So he's got a good support network there as well. Yeah. So getting back, my brother was the kind of person who used to go to raves as well. So when he was on his feet and he was walking and that, he got me into the music and that. He started going out to, he used to work with Lee Garrick and that, from the depot. He used to do all the chuffs and that. So, he got me into the music as well, because he used to buy a lot of records and stuff like that. I can remember our first album being Electro 5.
Right, okay.
So, then as I say, we started going to coast, regulars there, in the car park after getting off fucking heads.
And that's where you met Lenny?
So, a couple of weeks down, I'm seeing Lenny.
Is it Lenny that passed you the mic for the first time?
Yeah, Lenny, MCC, Bassman, MC Bad Boy, and I'm looking at them every week in, week out. And I'm listening. MCC was fire, Bad Boy was fire.
He used to be Pandemonium, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, man, they were all really, really good MCs. And Bassman for the first time, I was like, what? Lenny was there, governor.
Did Bass get his name from being at the front of the crowd, shouting there to the sound engineer? Bass, he was going. I'm told that's where he got his name. He was shouting. I think he was saying more bass man, and I think that's what I hear. Sure I might be wrong, but
yeah, man.
I'll have to dig into that and research it.
After listening to Ratty and Robbie D and Patrick and stuff, this is like first time I'm seeing like raw MCs. Like,
generals, and they're still there.
And don't forget, man. You know what I mean? You've got some legends playing in this place. You know, Doc Scott. And people like that, you got legends playing in this place, you know, and you know what Doc Scott's done for this scene already.
Yeah, guy's huge.
You know, DJ Flowers, you had a couple of DJs playing there, you know, some local DJs and that, but it was a good atmosphere, a good vibe. So I'm watching Lenny, Bassman, Sion, I'm watching her every week, and I'm asking them every week.
Watching what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm watching, and I'm asking them.
Sitting in your car practicing.
I'm watching them every week. I'm watching them every single week. So there's one time I must have caught Lenny on a good mood. I must have caught him on a good mood. You know, it changed the whole perspective and my upbringing and everything, because it could have been so different. It could have been so different if I didn't find the music. It could have been so different, and if Lenny hadn't given me that opportunity, God knows what would have happened.
Len's like Birmingham's godfather.
Yeah, man,
but you know what I mean?
He's the godfather, man. He's my uncle, man.
Yeah. That's why everyone knows him as Uncle Lenny.
And then, he'd give me the mic. First time I went on, man, I was nervous, man. Nervous.
Smile from ear to ear.
Nervous. I was nervous, but yeah, good reaction. Remember taking up about
There's
5 minutes.
There's no feeling like that first time on the mic. Yeah,
you've done alright there, son. You've done alright there, son.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then, me and Lenny became me and Bassman became really close. Me and Lenny became really close.
You've always had a connection. There's always been that. Your three names that are mentioned are linked with Birmingham is Bassman, Lenny, Ranski. You know.
Me and Lenny had a shop down
the record shop.
The record shop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We had a record shop down there where Pure Records used to be down
That's
there.
right.
And this is what I'm saying. So that whole relationship with me and Lenny, it sort of like grew. You know what I mean? And I was getting that. He was getting me little bookings here and there, and like taking me and telling me to come on.
You're still all booked on the same events to this day, aren't you? Your three names that you regularly see on certain events.
Mm-hmm. You know,
it's a given. It's a given that you three are going to be on the mic if it's a decent Birmingham event.
Of course, I'd like to do a whole set with both of them again. To be fair, but you know, it's yeah, man. It was a good time because
you never know.
to start off with, it was like getting events and doing like little ones like there's a place in Clifford.
Oh, that was the
bass place, was it? I'm sure it was the bass place down by Wobble. I'm sure it was the bass place. One of them anyway, and it was working with the Robinson brothers, I think it was. I used to go down there and I was on the fucking mic and that, and these times we were peeled up, man. Them 25s, man. I remember having this in every day, 25.
Things have changed,
trying
right?
to come alive. Do you know what I mean? And it was good times, man. And you know, the music was different.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. It was new every. There was new music coming out on a weekly basis, wasn't there?
You couldn't sort of like pigeonhole the music and put it into say, okay, then it's before it bass.
Before it split.
It was before drum and bass, before the techno,
before the segregation
before
hardcore.
The music when it was a different
hardcore, wasn't it?
You know?
It was hardcore predominantly.
Yeah, and it was a decent phase, you know, and.
You're well known for Pandemonium, aren't you? As a Pandemonium MC, you've got very deep. 2 seconds. It shouldn't even be fucking ringing. We're back.
Yeah, back.
History of Hardcore podcast. After a short break, we did have a bit of pizza as well, didn't we, mate?
Yes, we did. Enjoyable pizza
as well, mate. So yeah, we were going Pandemonium. Pandemonium, man.
Yeah.
Big brand.
Pandemonium again. Big. Again. That's not without Lenny because there's a lot before. Well, not a lot. You know, it was like sort of. If it were for Lenny, I was doing sort of. You know, all of them raves in Wobble, and then Lenny introduced me to Art Chat. Do you understand me? I went to a few nights, but we were doing sort of like Dreamscape and things like that before that. Do you see what I'm saying? And yeah. So then it led on to. Lenny introduced me to Archie, going down there, jumping on their mic for a bit. That made me forming a relationship with Archie Chamberlain. You know, Lenny getting me on some of the bookings, me, bass, Lenny, all of the bookings. You know, and then me and Archie went to 10 Mellows as sort of like resident there, so we were residents. Me, bass, and Lenny were residents.
What was your favourite Pandemonium party, mate? A lot of people still talk about the ice rink, Telford ice rink.
I don't know about that one, you know.
No. I didn't go, but looking at the videos, it just looked like a bit of a mad place.
They were mad ones, man. The mad ones for me, but the ones that I can remember, like that had a core for me, where I've had the most exhilarating experience. Do you know what I mean? Was the 8th Wonder for me.
Okay.
I enjoyed that from.
That institute.
Yeah, that was the institute.
Because they did the institute weekly for a while, didn't they?
All my friends from school were there as well. You know, some of the people who I've grown up with previously who I talked about. You know what I mean? We used to meet on that number 8 route. What I was talking about, you used to go around the inner circle, so we had people from different areas.
I bet you had a tag on every one of them number 8 buses.
Of course you did. Artliners and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we used to do all the surfing out the back of the buses. Down to school, you know what I mean? Dangerous stuff. But yeah, that was growing up. But yeah, Pandemonium. That's the next level because. You know, they've done some really good things.
They did.
You know?
They did some very good parties.
Very good parties. But yeah, the 8th Wonder for me.
I've got the sets for that out the back as it goes. They go on occasionally.
Yeah. You know, it was the first time I'd heard DJ Hype. I think it's the first time that Hype had been in Birmingham. You know, and I had the privilege of doing that set, man. And I can remember, man, I couldn't build a bazoo.
Were you buzzing off that?
I built a bazoo, didn't I? And like. Big zoot as well, so then you could tend to
you can do that there, yeah. Nowadays it's like
So I built
on
a
you.
suit, man. I think I must have dropped something before that as well. And just the set just flew, man. And when I listen back to the set, man, I can hear how in the moment I was, you know.
Yeah.
So that was a big.
You do step into the moment as an MC, don't you, mate? And this is what a lot of people love about you, is your energy and the way you do step into the music. You feel it. You bring energy into it. You know what I mean? And when you're rolling, it just keeps people hyped. And the mad thing is, like, you know, I can do a bit of hype. You just don't stop. It's like, what are you eating, man? what are you taking?
Yeah, it's just, it's just.
It just seems as if you just slip into this, go into a slipstream, and you just almost in your own world.
Yeah, because first and foremost, okay then, let's take that back to, and it's good that you say that. Yeah, right, into your own world. Right, when you are on that dance floor as a raver, and you're taking what you're taking and you're doing what you're doing, where are you?
Yeah,
you're in your own world.
Yeah,
you're listening to the music.
Yeah.
First and foremost. I'm a raver. What do I always say?
You're a raver.
For 30 years. First and foremost, I am a raver.
I'm
a raver. I would never stop being a raver. This is where my ego don't spread, and I will go and talk to people in the crowd and give everybody a hug and stuff like that, because I'm a raver, because that's what I used to do. So, if I know what a raving experience is like, and what I want to hear in a raving experience, I want to say I want somebody to keep me turbocharged, and I want them to keep my hype going. I don't want.
Which is difficult to do. It's difficult for an hour to hold that kind of pace up lyrically. Yeah, it is a lot. It will take the wind out of you as well. People don't understand as well that when you're chatting, especially that kind of pace, that you kind of. You can't get full wind, can you? You don't sometimes realise it, but you just keep going through and through and through.
Yeah, energizer fuzzy.
Yeah, that's what
it's like that, and that's what I want. That's what I want to see. I want to see people enjoying themselves. I want to see people constant.
Could be a great advert for Duracell, you know. Do you know what I mean?
Because throughout this kind of music and stuff, you know, when you've been doing it so long, you know where drops are, you know when to talk, not to talk. You know,
you almost know when the DJ's about to put a mix in.
You know, and a lot of people are saying that, you know, you're supposed to support your DJ, and that I try and host it where you support your DJ, but you know what I mean. I want the crowd to interact, because that's what I'm used to. That's what I was brought up on. I was brought up on crowd interaction. Yeah. That's all the hosts used to do. So there's a difference between hosting and talking 135 bars in 16 bars.
Do you find a lot of these new school MCs don't have that interaction that the likes of yourself and myself do, where we always pick people out of the crowd and you know, involve them with the set?
I think some of them do have that interaction. You know, Beeline's one of my favourites. Got a big up by Beeline. He's a young Birmingham MC. Do you know what I mean? He's got that elements of where he can work with the crowd and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And he's up and coming in that, but he's getting some bookings and stuff like that. And he's one of the little younger generation MCs what I salute in Birmingham, man, because he's doing positive.
There's always got to be
making positive.
Somebody where you were 30 years ago, mate. Yeah, sitting in the same shoes.
He's doing bits, you know, STV, you know, all these little up and coming MCs. You watch them, you know, it's like Mr. X and you know all these MCs that are coming. You know, and you know what's noticeable for me as well, that a lot of these MCs that are coming up now, they're all working class white children as well, where a lot of the MCs used to be black. So this just shows the expansion of the scene, and what we're talking about racism now. Does racism exist? It does. In our scene, does it exist? I don't think so, because our scene's about.
I don't feel that.
Our scene is about unity. You know what I mean? And the only thing that does not discriminate is the music. The music does not discriminate. The music don't lie. So if you've got everybody enjoying that music, there is that. You know, outside of that bubble, you know, you keep all that shit. We don't want to hear none of that negativity around here, but inside this bubble.
The rave scene has always been good for.
It's always good. Community relations.
Yeah, man, definitely.
You know.
Definitely.
There is a lot of negative people and there is a lot of negative egos, but
always is going to be.
Well, it's always politics, isn't it? It's politics.
Don't get me started on politics, man.
No, it's sort of like a thing, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff where, you know, certain promoters now, you know, especially some of the young junior promoters, they're always booking the same people. We understand about always booking the same people and always booking the same people, but there's a new generation out there that need to be seen and need to be discovered as well, because at some point the music has to evolve, and it always has to evolve. It's always going to have to evolve. We can still keep this hardcore element to it, and this hardcore or whatever, D&B, whatever, but it has to evolve, you know. Ultrasonic, what Ultrasonic played every week, you know, that's that evolvement of the music.
Yeah.
You know, that was just like next level.
You like that set?
Yeah, I love that set. And that's what I'm talking about, the evolution of it all.
Good. Yeah. In fact, Mal Ultrasonic dropped me a message earlier with a question for you.
Is Ultrasonic actually asked me a question?
Yeah. Mal's message.
I love Mal.
He says to crock or not to crock. Many flip-flop sliders and socks and motherfucking crocs.
If you don't know, you must be aware of Alex's campaign.
It's not campaign.
It's a campaign. I think it's a campaign.
It's not a campaign.
Do you know what I mean? I'm expecting to have banners and that from here and stuff like that. No,
I had to make him take his crocs off and put them in the croc box just outside the shop. They're not allowed in.
I was going to turn up in some crocs.
You was actually going to turn it in crocs.
Nah, you know, it's flip-flops and crocs.
Sliders and socks.
Them toe posts. I agree with you, them flip-flops with the toe post thing.
Old school classics and Reeboks.
You know?
That's one we should have in,
Sliders.
You know what I mean?
Sliders.
Listen, right, back in the 90s, right, we had Reebok classics, we had Nike Air Max, right, Jordans, right, we had good, solid, sensible footwear, right, but we had what we put on our feet, right, even like kickers shoes, all that kind of stuff, right, but now, right, they're walking around with fucking socks in fucking sliders, right, like the Compton, they're Compton G's, right, okay, and then they're wearing these croc things. They're not safe. Those crocs are not safe. You'll understand. You'll understand one day that you can really damage your feet wearing shit footwear like that.
Yeah,
so be careful.
Your toe off.
Okay. So that's just 2 pointers. This is your podcast, not mine.
Well, I'm just saying, I might snap your toe off.
So to croc or not to croc?
Mouth. Absolutely not.
That's an ultrasonic.
Not.
No.
Absolutely not. Nah, not to croc at all, man. No.
Do you think I'd have invited him here for a podcast
with a pair of
crocs on?
No.
It's part of the contract.
I should have just turned up in some really, you know what I mean? But yeah, nah, not to croc. But yeah, man. So fucking. Yeah,
sorry, don't swerve off there, people.
Swerved after me. Where were we then?
I said it on the mic last week at Amnesia House as well.
What?
I said it in the middle of my set, just check your footwear. Check your footwear for flip-flop sliders and socks and motherfucking crocs.
The whole board this is recording.
See, if you wear it, I said if you wear it, it says check your footwear, if you wear blah 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 blah. I says fuck off, fuck off.
This is gonna be.
Everyone just laughed, man.
God, man, this is going to be your new slogan, isn't it?
It's fucking, I'm getting tagged in probably about 15 things a day. It's like,
no,
not that one again, not that one again.
I'm starting a campaign that we all go next year on the 1st of June. We all wear Crocs. Yeah. I'm saying we all wear Crocs. What do you reckon, Alex?
Hold on. It's all right. We're at Muscle Hustle doing the podcast for History of Hardcore podcast. I've got the man like MC Ranski in the house behind me. We were just talking about everybody else's favourite subjects. It don't bother me at all. It's men in flip-flop sliders and socks and motherfucking Crocs. Right? In the 90s, right, we had Adidas and Reebok classics, Nike Air Max. We had proper footwear, kickers. Right? We had all them real footwear.
Adidas Samba.
Sambas, you know, my superstars. We had quality footwear. So Crocs are dangerous. They're really dangerous. They're made of rubber. You can rip your toe off really easily. I've heard of it happening in elevators and all sorts. So there's a safety reason for why not to wear them. Sliders and socks does not make you a Compton gangster. It does not turn you into Ice Cube in Boys in the Hood. It doesn't. It doesn't work. It doesn't just magically happen. All right? Flip-flops, just don't really like them.
Sliders is alright.
Ski, what are you saying, man?
I'm saying absolutely not to croc, but sliders are good.
Sliders and socks. In your own house, out the way so nobody can ever see them. Right?
I said in your own house.
I don't do that
He's
shit.
right, man, because you know
shit.
what? When you're wearing them slices and socks, yeah, it starts to rain and then you socks it Sunday. And
I
I've seen it, man.
think it's just a fetish, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
Right, on that note, we'll catch you later, people. Howdy.
Summer, and it's June as well, isn't it?
Should we do it as a crop
Lots of
party?
more colour.
Fucking hell. A record-breaking event, right, where there's the most amount of crops left in crop boxes outside the fucking venue. 2,400 pairs of fucking crops. Yeah, yeah. No, they all go straight into the crop incinerator. They get burned. The light fluid. I'm gonna have to distance myself from you after this. I've always known you as Ski. You told me your name fucking donkeys years ago. Nobody has ever called you by your first name and your real name.
Okay.
What's your name?
Ranski. Nah, my name is it's Daryl Andrew. Yeah. So there you have it.
There you go.
You've all got
People
my
have asked,
government name now, and yeah.
We have been asked.
You've all got my government name. It's not officially my name.
It's not what it's called as Ski,
name
is
of
it?
a corporation, really. But it's not as cool as Ski.
Right, going back to the other question.
What's
Who's your favourite DJ to work with?
Fucking hell, man. You know what? I'm gonna have to say, like getting in there, like. There's a choice of two. Tim Ryan's up there.
Tim Ryan's going to be so happy right now.
Tim Ryan's up there. He's one of my favourites.
It's good job because he said if you didn't say his name, he says he's going to fall out with
Well,
you.
I've got to give it to my boy
Keller as well. Yeah, I knew that was coming.
I have to give it to Keller because in lockdown we've done some amazing things, man.
I think that's a fair comment.
I mean, technically, I understand him and he understands me.
They're both different DJs, aren't they? Tim and Keller. They're both, you know what I mean? Different styles, different. They're different, very different. But you respect them.
Yeah,
both
but every time me and
equally.
Tim go out, man, we
you do.
Smack the fucking shit out of it.
Yeah.
But we smack that.
I believe you guys have landed a good book
Yeah,
somewhere next year as well.
Yeah, but Keller, he's consistent at what he does, and I actually went to see him last week, and we've done a little track, so I've got some music coming out soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got some music. Coming out soon, people. All right. So yeah, Keller, because he understands me technically, I understand it, and the things what we achieved in lockdown, because like during lockdown, obviously, I set up the Prestige, and that was just on a whim because
Just explain to people what the Prestige is exactly.
The Prestige was supposed to be my brand for actually putting on events and music, but obviously we had lockdown and stuff like that. So then I thought to myself, so before we start putting on the events now, maybe this is a chance to sort of like build the brand
with the lives and stuff.
Yeah, build the brands with the live feeds.
We went mad, didn't it? Everybody was
We
watching.
were getting live feeds from, because the first live feed we done was from New York, and we just sent them the brand. No, Ohio actually. Ohio, a good friend of mine, Alien Gonzalez. Yeah, from Ohio. So I was talking to him, and I was talking about the Prestige, and we wanted to set up this. So then, he's got me a lot of DJs, Lights Out, Hector Man Warner, like New York, Chicago, and that. And then we started just doing live feeds from America. So that set the tone. Oh, why is this geezer booking DJs from America? Doing something different rather than having people from England. So then I decided to put that together with, some of the UK boys, Keller, that, and then we were putting on sort of like bank holidays, we were putting on events with people from Texas, Venezuela, Vietnam.
Daring to be different.
We've had DJs from all over the world, Australia, just all over the world, Saudi Arabia, we've had DJs from everywhere, even Mozambique, playing house music and stuff. So the tone, what we didn't want to get into, we didn't want to get into this sort of like genre-driven tone, so catered for all kinds of music, because
it's crazy how people got the access these days to all these genres of music anywhere in the world.
This is like working off my phone in lockdown and being bored and trying to put something positive.
But you like me, don't use a PC.
Everybody's in the same. And it's like you cannot pay for that kind of marketing for your brand. You can't pay for it because everybody's sat down at home we're all in lockdown. We're all in lockdown. So I thought to myself, okay, we're doing the lives, but we're going to take the lives around the world, prestige worldwide. So we took the brands just around in all these different countries. I used to sit up at night till 4 o'clock in the morning, just looking for DJs. Oh, he's good, he's good. Get in contact. Do you know what I mean? Nobody else ain't doing nothing. I used to talk to them as well. I've got a good friend in New Zealand. He's like banging out thousands tracks. I've got people who I know from all over the world just through this experience, through this music. And what was so touching to me is that people would believe in the vision what I had of what I was trying to achieve, and then sort of like I've got people saying in America, oh yeah, we used to listen to you on tapes when they first got all the jungle tapes in America. Oh, you're a legend. I'm like, you know, people know me in America. I never knew that before. Never knew that. Do you know what I mean? So that was kind of humbling. So when we set it up, it was important for me to sort of like identify that the music spread across the world, and what I said, it doesn't discriminate, because you've got all these things going where they're trying to segregate us, and the division, the George Floyd, all of that kind of stuff. It's all division and negativity and separation. You know, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're this, you're that, everything's just running around, all of that. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I was like, nah, too negative for me. I want to see the positivity. Let's just share some music. So then we shared it, and we started doing bank holidays, started doing fun raving events, you know, Birmingham Against Racism. I've got all the promoters in Birmingham, all the main promoters in Birmingham, so I've got on a Birmingham event. You know, we've done like weekend events, man. We've done like 36 hours of music, just constant on weekends. So it was good for me setting up that, but yeah, that's in the pipeline still, because we've got things happening with them. I'm just in the, my friend who does all my design work in Venezuela.
Your brain never stopped ticking as well?
Nah, it don't.
No.
Nah, because I have to keep busy.
Yeah, no, I see.
I've got to keep active, so...
That's good.
My friend in Venezuela now is just doing all my rebranding and everything, all the logos and stuff. You know what I mean? And I outsource the money there, because obviously, you know, these people are struggling, you know what I mean? And I was talking to him about his art and design business, and during lockdown, these people having blackouts and stuff like that, you know? So I would rather pay that geezer, not because I'm cheap or nothing like that, I would probably rather pay him $70 to design something than ask somebody here and pay them £170 when that geezer's got the need for the money.
You're probably getting further as well.
He's getting further, you know, having blackouts and stuff like constantly through lockdown and stuff like that. So, you know, I came friends with them, so I still keep that. He's done all my artwork for the thing. He put the COVID mask on the lion and everything like that. Yeah, it was a good time, man. So we'd achieved that, and then after lockdown, obviously, I've lost a lot of money, man. So, you know what I mean? You've got to go back to work, ain't you? You've got to go to work. So I've just been working non-stop, just working away.
Trying to get back to where you
were. Trying to get back to where I were. So
we've been the same with the shop. Yeah, different kettle of fish, but
yeah, with my work, I was doing sort of like making grandstands. So I'm away from my home every week. You know, I'm away from my home for like 9 months, 10 months of the year. So literally, when you do go home, you come back on a Friday, wash your clothes, and go back. Do you know what I mean? Staying in hotels. You know, obviously, your diet, when you eat, you need conditioning. Yeah. Talk about conditioning, where we are. Hustle, here we go. So, this is what I'm saying. Obviously, for me, to keep in shape, I was struggling. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm eating bollocks. I'm 50 years old.
To be honest with you, you've always been in good shape. Do you know what I mean? You've always looked alright, man. You've always looked alright.
50 years old. You know what I mean? I'm working on the road like that. So, do you know what I mean? I contract diabetes. Glasgow. Yeah. I got a little tingling, I think it was like November last year, I got a little tingling, went to the toilet, I had a little tingling, I thought I was having a heart attack. So obviously, checked myself into Glasgow General, they'd done all the tests and that, and they said, okay then, so you sound high blood sugars. You know, so I'm thinking, okay then, what's going on? So they're saying diabetes and stuff like that. But yeah, it's one of them things that is hereditary, and it is managed.
So you've got type 2 diabetes. Yeah. Okay. Again, it's quite common. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there with type 2 diabetes, but it is manageable with good diet.
Good diet.
You know, and treatment.
I mean, there was a time where I wasn't looking after it, you know, because I was like, oh, you know what, I'm like, I don't want to be taking insulin all the time. You know what I mean? Because it's like any drug, isn't it? You know what I mean? You keep on taking any drug for a certain amount of time, your body's going to become
tolerant.
And add a tolerance. Do you see what I'm saying?
One or the other or both.
Yeah, one or the other or both. Yeah. So, do you know what I mean? I didn't want to take it, so I said to the specialist, I was like, listen, mate, I'm going to do it Fruit diet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut out carbs. You know, all of that shit because carbs produce sugar. So why are you telling me that I should have carbs in my meal? So I'm gonna do that with a bit of intermittent fasting, and we're getting there, man.
Do you eat any carbs at all?
I eat carbs now and again. Yeah.
Sensibly, little and often. Little often isn't going to.
Yeah, little and often.
Yes, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
very much so. With everything with diet, you know, little and often.
Yeah. So like, if I do a roast or something like that, I won't have a lot of roast potatoes. I'll probably just have a little bit of mash on the side.
Do you know if
little bit?
That's how I eat a lot of the time. If I, especially if I'm not competing, I'll still keep try and keep just a little level on what I'm doing. Like I'll hold back on the gravy or leave.
Yeah.
You know. So,
but diet's important. Diet's important for everything. It's important.
It's important for everybody. Yeah, it's for
your health,
for your mental health as well.
People
People don't understand sometimes that if you are not fueling your body with the correct nutrition, that not only does your performance physically get affected, it becomes neurologically affected.
But this is what I'm saying. So you know,
negatively.
When I'm looking at my diet and working away, because you can't buy your stuff in the, you know what I mean. You're just eating processed foods and burgers because it's quick and stuff like that. So when I'm doing all of that, my bloods are up there. So now I've got this time now, I'm settling down, my diet's changed, I'm exercising because I have the time to do it now, you know. And it's awkward, my diabetes is good, man. So
I'm taking you out the back to the gym in about 15 minutes for a leg session. Videos to follow. Get the wheelbarrow.
Yeah, but it's important, you know. It's important, and it is important too for your mental health. But like, and this is the positivity again with me, you know. It's like, oh, you got diabetes, you know. Well, you know, it's very serious, and it's like, yeah, it's serious. But people have got more serious conditions than me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What am I moaning about, man? What am I moaning about? I've lived to 50 years old. I've had a great life.
Lived a good life.
I've had a fantastic life. You know what I mean? A fantastic life. You know, not about money or anything like that. It's about the connections and the people you meet and the journey on the way. See what I'm saying? So, all that said, you know, why am I going to stress myself? If I stress myself about the situation and I work myself up, which is what a lot of people do, that's going to have the effect on my mental health because I'm overthinking it. So, you know, when you just going online and just looking it up and looking it up and looking it up and looking it up. No. So what do I need to identify first? I need to identify what's causing the sugars. Do you know what I mean? Carbohydrates. Take that out of the diet. You know, do a little bit of fasting to sort of like heal my body itself. Because when you're fasting, it reverses the process. You know, and builds ketones and all of that kind of stuff.
If you're dropping your carbs out, you're pretty much keto anyway.
Yeah.
So, but obviously you've got silly high fats keto and you've got clean keto as well.
Yeah. So that was like a turning point for me. So, and then I just decided, listen, man, just go out for yourself and enjoy yourself because I have to.
The things we don't know how long we're going to be here, do we?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
So what am I going to stress?
You could be worrying about diabetes.
But what, you know what I mean? Why are you worrying about it? Do you know what I mean? And this is me. It doesn't make sense worrying about stuff.
It would make your contract if you got
the amount of time that you spend. Find the solution. What's the solution? I've stopped smoking.
That's just elimination.
I've stopped smoking. You reduce your drinking. You know what I mean? Obviously, I had a smoke and a drink at Legends. But
you didn't?
Yeah, but who didn't?
I'm not doing
Who didn't? Who didn't? Yeah, but you know, it's all good. You know
by the way, this is a Mitsubishi.
Right, listen, I'm 50 years age. I'm entitled to a blowout. You know what I mean?
He is entitled to a blowout.
Yeah, I can't even have M&M's.
We've got a supercharged Duracell bunny, haven't we? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you know, and this is the motivation now. Like you said, there's not a lot of time. You know, 50 years old, man.
No.
You know, with all the shit what's gone on over the past 3 years, when we started raving, like when we met 24 years ago, you never expect nothing like that to happen and everything to be shut down and all of this and that. So that time there for me was like, wow, that just like shocking, like everything's a lockdown. So you know what I mean? You never know what's going to happen next. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. Everything is unpredictable. So
I think people are seeing that more after the
the times what you get to share and the experience was what you get to share with people. Make them memorable.
Enjoy your life.
And make them memorable.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it, man. Yeah. Enjoy it. 100% enjoy it.
That's what life's for. If you can't live it, so many people spend their life worrying about things and moaning about stuff, and you know.
Yeah, but is that living or is that
worrying about what other people are doing?
Is that living or is that existing?
No, that's existing, mate.
Existing.
Living is going out and doing the things you want to do, setting yourself some targets.
Some targets and some
goals. You know, finding motivation, whether it's from yourself or from somebody else. And you know, if there's something you want, no matter what it is, how little you've got, it's obtainable. But you've just got to get the right fucking
you
mindset.
Say that because obviously you've achieved a lot doing.
Bits.
I mean, I should flip you into an interview. I'm not gonna, well, you have achieved a lot because you put the hard work into it. And it's funny that you said earlier that your brain doesn't stop going, does it? No. I mean, you're always thinking about something and the next thing to do. And that's what I do, man. That's what I do. Do you know what I mean? If I'm not learning, like up until now, I still own courses. I've just finished a course of Venetian plastering and a course of doing epoxy flooring because I just like to learn. I have a dissertation. I have a dissertation. I have a first class degree. You know, I'm not stupid. I like to learn. Yeah. When I'm stuck and I'm not doing nothing, I get in trouble. Yeah. So I learned that, and now I've got the time to work on the prestige again. I know what kind of project I want to build. You know, I want to know the people who I want to build it with. I'm going back in the studio. I'm doing some bits in the studio, making some like, you know, we say we need to freshen up this authentic jungle. I'm making some stuff, man. I'm making some stuff, and I'm doing some bits. But I'm not going to be doing that with sort of like Keller, but you know what I mean? It's where we're going to take this music and where we're going to move it forward. And you know, all of these little young kids that used to look up to me, we've got like a fantastic studio. I've got to give them a little plug.
Go for it.
After Dark Studio.
After Dark.
Yeah.
Big up.
Jake Hacker-Gardner and Teddy J. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be going in there to tighten up all my stuff and that, and using that because. Do you know what I mean? Supporting people's businesses within the community as well is important, as you know.
It is, yeah, of course it is.
You know what I mean? We support each other, you know, and sometimes as promoters and that in this generation, you know, a lot of the promoters back in the day, they had respect for each other. They still have respect for each other.
Yeah, I was talking with, I was talking to somebody the other week, I was saying that, it's when I did my podcast with Jay Viper. We were talking that the unity at the moment between promoters and artists is better than it's ever been. You know, I don't know of any old school promoters that are, you know, everyone just sort of works together. We all talk, we all communicate, we get on, and same with the artists. You know, we all know who who's who.
Every time saying everybody knows everybody, man. You know, and going back to that. I'm in that community where I was looking at Ratty, like I said earlier, I was looking at Ratty.
Your inspirations.
You're my superheroes, and then you get to work with these people and you get to become part of that community. And that's a way of life, what? Man.
How can you argue with that?
If we didn't have that, do we ever think about if we didn't have that and we didn't have that community and we didn't have this way of life, where would we be?
What would we be doing?
What would we be doing?
I don't know, mate.
If we didn't have the music. And I know the music's split off into different groups and different, but still, it's all a community. It's all a community. We're still all a community. And that's something what we built.
Very good question.
We built together. We built all of that together. You know, and we're still here.
Fuck off and leave me alone while I eat me fucking gummies. Jesus, man. God's sake. Right, okay. So,
we're back.
Ski. Well, go on.
All good, man.
All good. Right, okay. A few questions for you. So some of the people out there, a few that you know, a few that you might not know. I think you probably know all of them. Everybody knows you.
Come on, man.
Okay, so what was the best jungle drum and bass set of all time, in your opinion? Mickey Finn, Helter Skelter, Energy 96. What do you remember about that?
Mickey Finn?
Yeah, doing a Mickey Finn set at Helter Skelter, Energy 96.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that was in Rollers.
I can remember it was, yeah, I can remember that. I would listen to that. Jack Frost was there the same day, I think. MC Prince and...
Prince, yeah.
MC Prince, yeah, and...
The Rochelle crew, MCMC.
Yeah, was it, you know, MCMC, yeah.
Rochelle.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so you remember that one? Good night?
It was a great night.
Good night, that's why you remember.
Mike was echoey though, mate.
Yeah?
Really echoey, yeah, but listen back to this.
I think Rollers was more echoey than Sanctuary for some reason. I don't know if it's the shape of it or what. Yeah. Okay, the Institute days with Pandemonium, when Club Andromeda when you were a resident MC. Was that the best venue in Birmingham? That's from Aaron King.
What we're talking about, Institute?
Yeah.
I think yes.
You think
by
yes?
Far, yeah.
The Institute, Ski's opinion at the
Yeah,
time, was
yeah.
the best
Was the
club
best
in
venue,
Birmingham.
yeah, by
And the
far.
Q Club's got to be up there as
Yeah, I
well.
gotta say, yeah, big up my Aaron King as well, man. You've got to big up Aaron, yeah.
Big up Baron. Tony Tone. How you doing, brother? Hope you're behaving. Tell some Bassman Birmingham ghetto stories.
Come on, man. Tony Tone, yeah, and this is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? You know, when we were talking, this is a good podcast.
This is Tone for you.
You know, Tony,
yep.
You know that blocker used to say, living with loads of blues heads.
Yeah.
That's where Tony used to live with me.
Okay. All right.
I've known Tony Tone a very, very long time, man. Good lad.
He's a good guy.
Good lad. What's he asking me? Bassman ghetto stories?
Yeah, these stories. Anything you can remember, anything off the hook. Come on, there's got to be something. There's got to be something basted off the hook.
God, man, I'll be snitching if
Alright, so we'll say in this case,
there's too many stories.
Yeah, in this case, there's too many to be able to recollect one individual one.
Recollect one individual one.
If he was to say one, it would be jumbled up, incorrect, and wouldn't be true.
Me and Bass used to do some stuff together, man, and you know sometimes it can't be repeated, can it? But no. Yeah, Bass is a good lad, man. Good lad. Yeah, so.
Okay, cool. Right, some more questions. Let me flip across to another account. Okay, from Matty Hallcroft. What's your favourite colour Crocs, please, pal?
The invisible type.
Yeah, the ones you can't see.
The ones you can't see.
Yeah, we know that.
You know them transparent ones.
Like no flip-flops, sliders and socks or motherfucking Crocs unless they're transparent and we can't see them. Then we can't get offended by them. Beth Dower. Beth, how you doing, mate?
How you doing, Beth? You alright?
Hey, Beth, isn't she? She just backs everything cool, everybody does. She gets behind them and pushes.
She's there.
Beth, we love you. Nice one, mate.
So many raves and Beth.
She just follows, supports everything, man. She just gets behind everybody. She's always positive, even when she's going through her own things, like.
As well, yeah.
So, Beth, respect. Don't go unnoticed, mate. Nice one. Keep it up. Okay, as I moved on a bit quick there, I completely forgot to answer Beth Tower's question. We bigged her up to the maximum and completely forgot her question. Ski, who are your inspirations?
My inspirations?
Yeah, I think we've discussed this already. As to who inspires you musically, which artist in the rave scene inspires you?
In the rave scene?
Yeah.
Inspire me, right now.
As we talked about before, it's Ratty and...
Yeah, we talked about Ratty, we talked about sort of like Mappy to start with, Bobby D to start with, but then you got to come like Lenny's got to be a big inspiration for me. Bassman, you know, then you've got sort of like GQ, Fearless, all of these, you know?
Again, to go back to something, you're very versatile, whereas a lot of the MCs we talk about here only roll with drum and bass. Yeah. You're very versatile, whereas you can as happily do a happy fucking hardcore set, you know, as do a drum and bass or an old school jungle or techno set even. You'll pick up the mic on any style or any genre of music and you'll still find your flow and roll with it. Whereas a lot of MCs, I'm not saying they're not versatile lyrically or versatile as to how they work with the crowd, but they don't have that versatility to go into different genres and different styles. But you're quite comfortable and confident to just go, bang, a techno set, but I'll do an old school set. 100%. I'll do a happy set.
100%.
It's not like, oh, I'm not doing that, it's happy hardcore.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people are like that with it.
When you listen to sort of like your GQs and your, you know, your Skibberneys back in the day and everything like that, and they know how to host sets. So
I think GQ's versatile.
Yeah, he's versatile.
I've heard him roll on a happy hardcore set a long time ago.
So, they're versatile in that sense. Bass can be versatile if he wants to. You know, Lenny's always been versatile. You're forgetting that we used to do the music what we used to do before all this junk.
Yeah.
Was sort of like techie and
yeah,
a bit. You know, it was different. You know, so from all of them elements of music and my music interest and me being like just a lover of music in general. You know,
you switch.
I can just switch. Yeah. I can just switch.
But it works, mate. It works. It works.
The enjoyment of doing that and performing and giving people a good night, and then like sort of like showing them my energy so they can buzz off my energy, you know, and just being able to change into that whole role and not be pigeonholed into what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You are able to work within different genres.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it stems from when we was at Mr. B's, before.
Which was a blend, a bit like Kinetic.
So we had DJ Vibes, and then I've got the privilege of working
Randall.
Randall, I've got, you know what I mean, or Dougal or somebody like that, you know. I've got, you know, Vinyl Groover, all of these, so we've got all the
pleasure. Bring Ramos and Marley up as well, haven't
Then I've got Groove Rider, Fabio, Jason, all to myself. You know, I've got them all to myself, me and Jeff Parrish. You know?
That's the blessing of having a
So that's a blessing
residency,
of having to be able to sort of like do 2 types of music and just, you know. So.
Okay, one more from Beth. Where was your first rave ever? Very first rave you went to?
Very first rave, that would have been Winton Green Community Centre.
Winton Green Community Centre, Beth. So there's
Winton
your
Green
answer
Centre.
delayed, I'm sorry. Brett Marsden, are the Stoke crew the best?
Oh man, why would you put that on me? Huh? I would say, you know, from my experience at, you know, Kinetic and stuff, and the way that the people, but they're not all from Stoke, are they?
No.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, the vibe and the atmosphere, what's in there, you know, it's hard to replicate.
We are talking about legends of Ladywood.
Yeah, we are. It's hard.
That's not a shameless plug.
It's hard to replicate.
At all, but it is fucking very hard.
It is a good,
but the atmosphere is just.
Well, they're saying
sick.
that it depends, you know. I mean, it depends who's MCing, and
Yeah. Well, it's always you.
If I'm MCing and I go to Quest in Wolverhampton or somewhere like that, they're the best.
Yeah. Of course. It's hometown business. Yeah.
No, because
my opinion is probably biased anyway.
No. But I mean, it's not even based on that. It's on based of the energy, what I can create.
Yeah.
Because what I can create, you know what I mean. The crowd are always going to be like they have to be up for it, man.
Of course they do. Yeah.
100%. So.
Again, you can have a positive crowd, and you can have like a very hard, almost negative crowd to work, and that I think sometimes it reflects in your performance as well. If the crowd have got that positive vibe, then
sometimes always reflects in
that
your
energy reflects.
Because do you know what I mean, you're in charge. You're in charge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's. Do you know what I mean? The connection with, I know a lot of people don't like MCs, and some people don't like MCs, and some DJs don't like MCs. I remember, like, he used to MC for DJ SS.
Some MCs don't like DJs.
Yeah, and DJ SS is like, you know, if you're chatting rubbish, he just plug you out.
Yeah.
If you're chatting over his he just plug you out. Do you know what I mean? I have a lot of respect for
Big up Leroy.
A lot of respect for Leroy.
Yeah, nice guy, man.
Do you know what I mean? Because that shows people that. You know what I mean? You may think that's being an ignorance for the DJ, no, but he just wants you to understand your job. What is your job?
Yeah.
Your job's not to take over my music and to like, you know what I mean, try and outdo me. Your job is to work with me. Your job is to build, the way I see it, the job is for me to build the relationship between the music and the DJ and present that to the crowd and assist the DJ and assist the crowd in that journey.
I'll remind you that next time.
I'm the middleman. I'm the middleman. I'm just the middleman. I'm the middleman.
You are, mate. Yeah,
fuses the things together.
Yes. I think MCs are a piece of a puzzle sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes you get the right piece, sometimes you get the wrong piece. I think putting certain MCs and DJs together work perfectly, you know?
Yeah, when you look at sort of like, you know, you look at Patrick, you know, you look at Bassman, you look at, you know, the GQ, you know, Fearless, you know, Skipper. That's what Skipper, rest in peace, man. You know, you look at Skipper, and you look before that, you look at Stevie Highfield. These are all people who know how to hype up a crowd. They know how to hype up a crowd, and they didn't know how to keep that energy consistent. You know, and these are the guys that really, really stand out. You know, top draw.
They've been there since day one and still there.
So GQ, Fearless, Debt. You know, all of these, you know, I mean, Navigator, you know, all of these, you know, Juice Man, you know, all of these that protected, you know, even sort of like Moose is still about. Moose
is very active, man.
You look at all of these, no Flux, all of these active MCs that, you know, weren't. Today it's different, you know, you'll get 5 people on a set and stuff like that, and that's all well and good because, like I said to you
these
before,
guys you want to hear, do you know what
like
I mean?
I said to you before, the music has to evolve, and it does evolve because it's the younger generation, they want to hear that. So, them MCs are fantastic, you know, the X-Men's, all of them, you know what I mean, Handshots, all of them, they've been about for years as well. They're fantastic. Skipper could do that flow and everything. That's all fantastic. I'm old. I'm a host. I'll always be a host. You see what I mean? I'm an old boy. That's how I was brought up on hosting. I weren't brought up in doing so many bars and so many things.
Toasting and hosting,
you know
bro.
But you put me in the mix with them, I'll give as good as I get.
Good. You've always been in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you put me in the mix, I'll give as good as I get.
Yeah, I know that. Nobody else get the mic. Right, okay. But fucking fuck me. Right, okay. Right, Robbie D.
Hello, Robbie.
Yes, Robbie. How you doing, mate? You alright? Robbie wants to know where he can send your limited edition Ranski Croc sliders because Timo have just dropped them off. Robbie, you fucker.
You can send them to Muscle.
Do you know what? I actually know Robbie well enough to know that
you can send them
they're not coming here. I know Robbie well enough to know that he wouldn't even handle a pair of Crocs. I know he's blagging.
So send them there if you want. Send them to Alex.
Just make sure they're invisible ones. Alex Hazard.
Yeah, go on.
You know, Alex, old school techno, said, on a standard loaf of bread, I generally use 21 grams of dried yeast. What do you use? I use Bisto. And Alex will get that once we have a thing.
Go on.
He's saying on a standard loaf of bread he uses about 21 grams of dried yeast to bake it. How much dried yeast do you use to make a loaf of bread?
Mate, I've never made a loaf of bread in my life.
Oh, fuck off, never? I mean, neither, mate. I never just woke up one morning and gone, do you know what?
Yeah, you know what?
I want to make a loaf of bread today.
Well, you know what? I might try and make some bread, but I can't have it anyway.
We need to get Alex Hazard and see
no carbs,
bread
Alex.
you can't have any anyway.
I don't eat bread. I don't eat carbs. Yeah, sorry. No bread.
Okay, well, I'll eat yours. I'll eat for two. Okay, Jack Knife. One question. When you coming to Stoke again, fella?
Hopefully soon. You know,
hopefully soon.
Sooner I'm booked, the better.
So,
yeah.
It'd be nice to get a booking in Stoke on June 1st, wouldn't
That's the June, yeah, maybe.
Cole French, MC Mental, when we next going back to back?
Well, whenever we're ready, bro.
Anytime.
Yeah,
anytime.
Anytime we're at a gig, you jump on with me, I don't care.
There you go, because he'd jump on your set anyway, mate.
But what me and Carl had there, we were special there, man. Because,
yeah, it was good.
You know, the back-to-back, what we were doing there, you know, we'd never done anything like that before. And
I suppose you don't know each other's
how you
work.
Exactly, no. So, do you know what I mean? It's good to know that I can have a relationship with an MC.
Quickly. Totally.
So
you adapted.
Quickly, so... You know, he was fantastic, man, because he's like doing his thing and he's like tapping me, and I was doing my thing and I was tapping him and he's doing his thing, and he just he's a good.
Do you know I gave him his break on the mic?
Huh?
I gave him the mic.
I think I read that somewhere the other day. Yeah. He's really good at his craft.
He's going a long way.
Really good.
He's a nice
lad. Carl, big up yourself, man.
Yeah, big up, man. Old Illusion crew, Illusion MC. Stuart Stockton's question is, tell him big up from Stockholm.
Yeah, Stockholm, big up yourself. I love Stockton. Yeah, big up to you.
Good lad, Stu. Top lad. Good angler as well, man. Catch you some nice, what's he called, water pigs. Sisterhood Birmingham, Camilla Edge.
Yeah, Camilla.
Is there a link? Yes, there will be, and it'll be up very soon on our History of Hardcore YouTube channel, so keep your eye out for that, or subscribe to it, and you'll get the links pretty much as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, Sisterhood Birmingham, they're doing bits as well, so...
Good, what they're doing? To give them a little plug if you want.
Yeah, Sisterhood Birmingham basically is a good friend of mine, Camilla Edge, you know, her Natty D's runs 0121 in Birmingham as well. We've got to give them a plug, man, because they're doing some fantastic work. And Sisterhood's about female DJs coming together and doing some bits and
there's a lot of female DJs these days.
And Sisterhood have a lot of fantastic, decent female DJs down there, but they mix it fusion and they do a few nights with different promoters. I'm hoping to do something with them too. Yeah, integrate it to two events.
Okay, cool.
You know, so that said, like you're doing the whole women's events together, but you're trying to link with different partnerships and different organisations. That works for me all day.
So Camilla, big up yourself and good luck with what you're doing, mate. Good luck. Right, quick fire questions.
Go on then.
One word answers. No skipping. Chinese or Indian?
Chinese.
Rum or vodka?
Rum.
Hardcore or drum and bass?
Both.
Hardcore or drum and bass?
Drum and bass.
Strawberry or chocolate cornetto?
Strawberry, all day.
Tits or ass?
Ass.
Sun or snow?
Sun.
Wine gums or fruit pastels?
Wine gums.
Nice one, brother. We're going to cut it there. Come here, man. Yes, mate. Wicked.
Yeah.
Last one, History of Hardcore podcast, MC Ranski.
Yeah.
Audi like Quattro. We'll catch you all next time. Subscribe to this channel. See you soon. Peace out.
Big up.
Bam.
Which one is so massive?